What's up? This is another episode of Jamal Eats, and today we have a treat. We have the homie Milky Diamonds, fresh from Japan. Nice to see you again, bro.
Thank you very much for having me.
Bro, it's a pleasure to have you, bro. I've been following your career for a long time, but I want people to know who you are too, you know what I mean? If they don't already know. If you don't know, now you know. So you are a drifter in Japan, right?
That is correct.
So how like, bro, like houseway, how did you go from like England?
UK, yeah.
The UK?
Yeah.
What's your neighborhood in the UK?
I am from London, Streatham, South London, but born and raised in Fulham, which is southwest / West London.
Ah, I got some homies in London, but I'm not sure like where they're from. They're from the Clichy estate. I met you maybe 5 years ago, right?
2018 maybe?
2018, yeah, something like that.
That's
7 years ago.
7 years
A long time, bro. And we've been shooting shit back on the internet, and I've been telling him about my dream of going to Japan, and he's been fully supportive and telling me how and what to do. Going from the UK and drifting, like, how did you get was there a Japan driver's license or something that you had to get?
No, so I went to go drift at Ibisu circuit, and to drive at Ibisu circuit, which is a track which is in like the northern-ish part of Japan, about 3 hours from Tokyo, 3.5 hours from Tokyo,
yeah.
Towards the north area in the region of Tohoku.
Yeah.
To drive at that track specifically, you don't need a driver's license.
Oh, you don't need it,
No.
so like, as long as you're coordinated and access to a car, like, what about cars? Can you rent cars there, or do you have to buy a car?
Yeah. So back in the day when I first went, it wasn't really a thing to rent cars. You'd buy cars and then have them stored there at the track. You'd work with a company, have them stored there, get maintenance done in the vehicle.
Oh man, I've seen this. This is like, I saw this on your channel. This is like the graveyard, right, where people park up their cars?
Yes, but I wouldn't call it a graveyard. It's just a parking area.
Oh, this is the parking area. Okay.
Yeah.
But some people leave their cars there for years and years and years.
Yeah, correct.
Right?
Yeah, some people do leave their cars there for years.
So let me get this. You buy a car. What was your first car?
Nissan Silvia S14.
Okay, and then for those who don't know, a drift rocket. Was it a drift rocket?
Yeah, it was like a semi-pro drift car. I probably bought something which was definitely over my skill level.
Yeah.
350 horsepower, full roll cage, bucket seat. Engine had some internal work done to it. It wasn't forged or anything like that, but had some internal work done to it, and it had an aftermarket turbo as well.
Wow. When did you decide, bro, I need to start filming? I need to start documenting my journey.
Well, I didn't start documenting it until after I had my accident. I was riding a bike in Japan, which is what a lot of English teachers do, as that's the position that I had at the time. And I had an accident and I broke my right collarbone.
Wow.
And that took me out of driving for, I think the doctor said maybe like 6 months or so.
Yeah.
Prior to that, I would just film stuff just on my phone for like Instagram, or I'd like take a couple photos or some tracking shots with my Canon. But then after that, that's when my partner got me a GoPro, and we decided to make videos properly after that accident.
Wow. Because I've been following Milky's his journey, and like, bro, like, so before I even shoot through to the shit that I want to ask, can we go back a little bit to when you have no driver's license? Did you know how to drive before?
Oh, I've done like 10 hours of driver's ed in like a Nissan March or something like that.
Not a manual?
No, not a manual.
Yeah, I used to have a March.
Yeah. Oh no, sorry, no, it was a manual, because in the UK you pretty much train everything on manual.
Oh, okay, so manual. And so you had some sort of manual experience, and then what did they set you up on, like a course?
No, it's so a beach circuit's kind of like, it's known as like the theme park for cars. So there's 7 different tracks you can choose from.
Yeah.
And you just pay your entry fee, and then after that you can go to any track that you want to. It's at your own discretion.
Yeah.
So I was advised, hey, maybe spend some time at the skid pad, but if I didn't want to do that, I could go wherever I wanted.
Okay, so in Tokyo Drift, the movie that we all kind of know and we all love, you know, they're really mean to the gaijin because he's kind of a like he's like gaijin of the outsider, right? The outsider's treated like an outsider in the community, and they're kind of mean to him. Did you find that about the hospitality in Japan at all?
With certain things, yeah, definitely. Like, it's a very monocultural society in Japan.
Yeah.
They only really have Japanese people, and that's really only the culture they know.
Yeah.
The ones who are interested in cars and drifting, that's very different because we all speak the language of cars, so there isn't really any issues there for stuff like that.
You said something to me. What was it? What was it like? The car with the. What was the quote you said before? The car is the language or something?
Yeah, the car is the language. The car is the language. So like, you know, even if you don't speak Japanese, if you end up at a drift track, and the event allows passengers, you can go up to any, you know, Japanese driver, take a helmet, and all you do is you can just point at their passenger seat and then say thumbs up or thumbs down. And then more often than not, if there's no other reason, they'll say a thumbs up and you can just jump in with them. Like, they don't, nobody really cares. Everyone only cares about the driving. Now, like, the more you show up, the more you'll get invited to things.
Okay.
So then you might get treated as like a local driver, not a foreigner driver. But that's like for different sort of events. You know? Yeah, but for the most part, like, there's no issues whatsoever.
Like, you know, the drifting that happens in the hills, and is it the toll gates and stuff like that?
Toge. Yeah.
Toge. Is it toll gate or toge?
Toge. Touge.
Toge.
Yeah.
Like that sort of stuff, how long does it take before you're like invited to do that stuff?
You can just go show
You
up.
can
if you know where to go, you can just go show up.
Okay.
But to be invited to it, like, if you have a cool car and then you meet someone drifting at a drift day and then you drive together, like, you can just ask.
Nice.
You know, see how it goes. They'll fill you out probably.
How's your Japanese?
Enough to get by.
Anata no name wa nan desu ka?
Milky desu.
Milky desu. Watashi no namae wa Bito Takeshi desu. No, I love that guy, man. It's my favorite movie. Yeah, this, like, I grew up on this Japanese culture, and I wouldn't quite call myself a Japanophile. I wasn't like that, but there was just certain things that I really liked. Like, I love anime. You into anime?
Yeah. There are certain shows I like. Since I've grown up, I've definitely steered away from the really cliche fan service animes.
Right.
But there are, you know, quite a few that I still enjoy. Yeah.
I like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
I have the entire series on my laptop. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, bro.
I've had it for like 10 years probably.
Bro, I like, straight up, I love that. I love, no bullshit. That's like, I watched 23 episodes. My bro like put it on my iPod when the first 80 gig iPod came out.
Yeah.
I had that iPod and I would just sit in my room, just like little screen, like headphones in, and I loved it, bro. And then just obviously like Dragon Ball Z and like Cowboy Bebop, stuff like that. Just the stuff that I had access to back then, like Cartoon Network, Adult Swim type shit. What has been, like, everyone goes through ups and downs in their travels, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So you have, like, what's been the hardest part? We'll start with the hardest part of your travel and then go straight to what's the best part.
Let's see. When things go wrong.
Yeah.
You know, like, I had purchased my car and had made all the contacts and everything before I moved to Japan.
Yeah.
And then trying to do all the drifting on an English teacher's salary while having a partner there with you, so you also want to do like the fun touristy things together.
Yeah.
Like, it's very much everything just about fits, right?
Yeah.
So if something goes wrong, then it can make it a bit difficult, and then you start to question yourself and why you've made X and Y decision and stuff. So that can be annoying. Like, I broke my engine, so I was out of driving for like 3-4 months. So that wasn't fun because it was like very much during the peak of the season. Like, if I broke my engine towards the end of drift season, that's fine because it's winter time. We'll just go snowboarding and skiing instead, and I can save money to get a new engine and fix my car, right? But then I had it break during peak of the season, so that was a bit annoying.
So real quick, quick, you fundraised to build your engine, get your engine back, right?
Yeah, I released stickers
Yeah, I bought one sticker.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
Yeah.
That
so,
was cool. Yeah, everyone,
yeah.
the community came together,
Yeah.
and they bought my stickers, and we got everything done in a much shorter time than if I just had tried to save it with my teacher salary.
That's cool. And so the community is strong around the world for like support of like people doing most things, right? If
Yeah.
you're really passionate about something, people believe in it, they'll help you out. And you know, like even myself, I had some medical problems when I was in Thailand, and I had to get flown out back to New Zealand, and I was able to fundraise through friends, family, and contacts. And you know, it's a beautiful thing when you get in a situation and people support you and like and support your channel or whatever. So if people want to find you, where's your YouTube channel, bro?
Well, it's currently on hiatus at the minute. I've taken about maybe like a 1.5 year hiatus from it, but hopefully it should be coming back within the next few months. The reason why I say few months is because it could be a month, it could be 2 or 3, but it's just at Milky Diamonds on all platforms, and then it'll be a chibi of a black guy, and that's me. That's it.
Okay, so just some quick fire questions.
Well, actually, I didn't tell you about.
Oh,
the
sorry,
best part.
my bad.
We're gonna talk about the best part.
Yeah, the best part.
There's a few best parts. If we're talking about car best part,
Yeah.
it was probably winning the last ever EDS, which is the Ibisu Drift Series, on Manami. Before they turned Manami into a dirt track.
Yeah.
So that was amazing. I cried. I fully cried.
Did you hit the jump?
No, so I was in the challenger class, so like the beginner class, and we had to just drive over the jump, but then drift next to the wall and then bring it right around. So single runs, but I won that, and that was the last time they had it on Manami, so that was big for me. I still have the trophy in Japan. And also having like 4-time FDJ champion Andy Gray, who owns and operates Power Vehicles, like mentor me on my birthday to drift much better, and that was when like I finally started to get like the really fast, really big snappy entries on North Course. That was amazing. You know, being able to take my babes to Mount Fuji for Valentine's Day. That was amazing. You know, we spent the night in like a little cabin, like in the town, which is right underneath Mount Fuji.
Super romantic, bro.
And then we, you know, woke up in the morning, it was super cloudy or whatever, and then I opened the windows and I was like, oh, it's so cloudy, and I started to look all the way up. But then the cloud, like the white color from the clouds changed, and it turned out it wasn't actually the cloud, it was Mount Fuji piercing through the clouds coming up to the top. So that was incredible. Being able to take my partner to Okinawa for her birthday. That was amazing. And also living in Japan during COVID was the best thing ever. We had no lockdowns, no tourists, everything was cheap. It was the best.
Yeah. Hey, just so quick question.
Yes.
7-Eleven or Family Mart?
It depends what I'm getting.
Oh, so now you got to choose.
7-Eleven.
Okay, it's the same for me. Like I was like Family Mart is like I'll go for ice blocks from like Family Mart when I'm in Thailand, but like everything else is like 7-Eleven. Like because it's like just got a better variety.
7-Eleven's better for sandwiches and onigiri, but Family Mart has like famichiki.
Yeah, do they have cheese toasties? And
no, that's in Thailand.
Bro, it's like they're addictive, bro, because it's just so easy. And if you get them to like cook it properly, like because they won't cook it properly, they'll just do it. They don't know. They just put it in. So if you just go, no, leave it in. They're like, okay, and they're like, they don't know how to say crunchy.
I've had one before.
Yeah.
When I was in Thailand.
Super good, bro. So real quick, go into the quick fire questions. Top 5 rappers, or top 3 if you can't think of 5. Top 5 rappers of all time.
All time. All time's difficult because like I don't really listen to the OGs that much. But I usually listen to like UK grime. So if I was to, I know I'm not supposed to, if I was to slightly adjust your question and say like top 5 like UK grime artists in no particular order, I would say Dave. Dave is up there. He did the song Sprinter with Central C. Skepta's up there because Skepta's just a bad man. He's proper OG. Skepta's a proper OG. Who else? We got Dave. We got Skeppy. Santi. He's another one. He's like UK grime, but it's like real like R&B vibes for UK grime. It's gangster. Who else? Gotta say Stormzy.
Yeah.
Stormzy stuff. My man's got range from bare different things, from singing to actually doing grime, and he also did a bit of drill for a bit as well. And last one, I gotta put respect on Kano. You gotta do some respect on Kano.
Kano. I was gonna ask about Kano because I love him from the Top Boy series.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know Kano as a rapper. I know some of like songs. I knew the song, but I didn't know the face.
Yeah.
So when I found out that he was like the dude from Top Boy, that was dude. What about the group Children of Zeus? You know?
No, I don't know.
Oh, let me put you on. Children of Zeus.
All right.
Rapping, singing, R&B, but UK, and I think they're from Manchester.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that shit. But yeah. Okay, now top 5 Japanese foods. Let's go.
I actually don't eat Japanese food that much because I don't eat pork, so a lot of Japanese stuff is like quite pork based. Also, there's a thing with like Asian food. They don't care about texture, but for someone coming from Western culture, we care about texture. Like. So let's say, okay, top 5 in no particular order. I would say karaage is definitely one.
Yeah.
Japanese curry.
Yeah. Katsu curry.
Any.
Okay.
Usually beef curry base and then different toppings on top.
Alright.
From like Coco's, Ichiban. What else are we gonna say? We would say
Coco's number 1.
Coco's is awesome. I do enjoy Coco's. Obviously sushi. I do love some sashimi.
Okay.
Any type is fine for me. Oh, last 2.
You like tuna?
Yeah, I love tuna.
Yeah, tuna's my shit. Yeah,
I love tuna.
Yeah.
I have it every day for lunch. Last two. I'll probably have to go with one of the snacks they got. I love the ampan, which is the sweet red bean bun, but only the 7-Eleven version. I've tried all the other ones. I'm not a fan, but the 7-Eleven one. And final. Oh, what can I say for final? Final's a hard one. There's so many different things. I will have to go. Let's see. The final one, I'll have to go with. I can't think of one.
What about okonomiyaki?
Oh yeah, okonomiyaki. Yep. Let's go with okonomiyaki.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I tried it when I was one of my Thai friends who owns a Japanese restaurant.
Yeah.
He made me okonomiyaki. It wasn't on the menu. He was just like, "Hey man, like you want me to make you a okonomiyaki?" I was like, "Hey bro, like I would love to." And so his parents owned the building that I was living in, and there was a sushi place downstairs.
Yeah.
And so that was really cool, and he would give me different things, but the difference between sushi in Thailand and sushi in Japan is they put sugar in it in Thailand.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's very sweet and it's not very nice. Like I don't like it.
Yeah.
But while I was there and it was cheap, I'm gonna eat. Yeah. I'll just call it Thai sushi. I just won't think of Japan. You know.
Yeah.
So, question: sushi in Japan and sushi in New Zealand. Like, so let's say the best sushi you've had in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Does it compare with Japan?
I haven't really had proper sushi in New Zealand. Like I've had St. Pierre's, but like I wouldn't really. That's definitely been altered for a more Kiwi taste.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't like it. There's definitely things that I love about it, right? Like it definitely hits my side of food because I was born and raised in the UK. So it very much reminds me of like UK food. But if I'm talking like sushi, then I could pick Japan.
Okay, fish and chips. Who's got better fish and chips, New Zealand or England?
I don't actually eat fish and chips.
Oh, you don't eat fish and chips? Have you ever had it? Yeah.
I don't actually eat it. Like
no, there's no.
Because like the national dish of the UK is chicken tikka masala.
Oh yeah.
Which is India.
You like jerk chicken?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, jerk chicken. My friend Grace has got a place, Gracefully Jerk, and then there's also like the best place that I know of apart that's an actual restaurant is Nanny's in Kingsland.
Oh, I heard about I heard about that one. Yeah.
Love motels, right? They show them a lot on content. Love hotels. Do people use it as a cheap form of accommodation, or is it strictly just for the boom boom chick?
No, you can use it for both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because it is a cheap accommodation.
Is it the cheapest?
Apart from like a hostel.
Right.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. It also depends. Sometimes you literally just want a night and you haven't been able to book. Like if you miss your last train or whatever and you just need someone to sleep for a little bit, you can just book out a love hotel for like 4 to 6 hours and just sleep there and then just catch the train in the morning.
So this is another thing that people don't know about. So at midnight the trains stop, right?
Yes.
And then you've just got to decide. You staying out or you going home?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, you can't go home if you miss the train, right?
Yeah.
Unless you want to pay for a taxi, but like that's really expensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, like last train's at midnight. If you miss the train, next one won't start until 5:30, 6 a.m. So something like that. So you either try to find a capsule hotel, or you'll just see there's a page called Shibuya Meltdown on Instagram, and you'll just see people passed out like in the streets of Shibuya.
What's a capsule hotel?
It's literally like a coffin.
Yeah, like
And you sleep in it. It's cool.
Yeah.
I like it. I've done it.
they have showers and stuff there.
Yeah, but it's all communal.
I've heard this thing of like in Japan they have this, like, you know, people who can't afford a proper accommodation would go to like an internet cafe that has like a little booth and a chair,
Yeah.
and they'll sleep in it.
Yes.
And then they'll go to work with all their stuff. They have all their stuff with them, so they basically live in these. Have you heard of this?
I haven't heard of that one, but I do know that you can just go and sleep in an internet like hotel. Like you'll just go there and you'll be like an internet cafe. You'll get like your own private room, and the entire floor is basically like a mattress, and then you have your desk at the end and a computer, and then you can just sleep there if you want as well.
What's the weirdest thing you've seen in Japan? You know how like in Thailand you see crazy shit all the time?
Yeah.
Like what's the craziest shit you've seen so far?
The craziest thing I've seen. It's a good question. Apart from like the nighttime toge stuff, which is, you know, crazy to actually see in real life. Like, you know, it's like 1 a.m. and there are like 15 cars drifting on this mountain pass. Like that's pretty crazy. Apart from that, I'd say maybe someone like walking into something because they're staring at you.
Oh, whoa!
Yeah.
I seen that one with like this guy's in China, and he like goes boom with the Spider-Man mask on, and then he whips the Spider-Man mask
And he's
off,
black
and
and
he's
she
black, and
screams.
she goes, "Oh!"
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, they're just so enamored by something different that
Yeah.
they will walk into something, right? Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. So, last question.
Sure.
Okay, I just want to sum it up with what's your plan for the next wee while? Like, I'm not going to say years or whatever.
Yeah.
That's on you. But what's your plan, and then what's your wish for your life? What's you have your plan, but then what's your actual wish for your life? And then I get that part first.
Alright.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we were going to be getting existential right now. Okay, so for the next part, I'm flying back to the UK. Going to be there for around 6 months. I just, I haven't been back to the UK in about 8 years.
Yeah.
I haven't seen my family in that long. Go back, have a little reset. Save some money, put some other things into place to try and, make whatever's going to come next for my life go well. My wish is to keep doing this crazy car stuff with my babes, because she was there from the beginning and helped with a lot of things, and I definitely wouldn't be where I am without her. And then one day bring out some mini Milkies and Milkettes.
Hey, little milkies, little milkshakes.
Yeah, and then, well, milkshake's actually a very good term because I'm black and my baby's white.
So one thing that I want to say is, like, I always like to think about what my wish is for myself, but I also think about myself as somebody who, like, whatever I'm interested or curious about, I follow it through, and people say I'm not good, or people say I'll never do it, or all the naysayers and shit like that. I'm not going to say haters, I'm just going to say people who like to give you advice in the form of criticism.
Yeah.
And like, if you listen to those people, obviously you wouldn't be where you're at right now.
Yeah.
Right? So what's your advice to people who have a dream and want to do something like drifting or DJing or something like that? What's your advice if people want to take that journey?
Well, I feel like the most cliche advice that people always give is like, don't stop.
Yeah.
Don't stop. But I feel like that's quite shallow in my opinion, because it's cool if I could do it, I would just do it, right? And I wouldn't stop. But life gets in the way sometimes, and so on and so forth. So I would say my one is, if there's something you want to do, don't just talk about it, be about it. And by that I mean, let's say for example you want to move to Japan, right? Cool. Actually write that down on a piece of paper and be like, I want to move to Japan. What are the options that I have, right? So you can write down your 5 different options. So, okay, cool, sweet. These are my 5 options. Do I qualify for any of them? You know, and it's like, do I qualify? And actually start to write down yourself a plan. People always forget to write down a plan for something. Like, and I know it's an old school saying, but it's like if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So having a plan, and I'm not saying you have to stick to the plan. You know, things change. Like the plan that works today might not work tomorrow. But at least you know that this option no longer exists. It's done. It's gone. That's it. It's never gonna happen again.
Yeah.
Like the way that I went to Japan the first time was I saw a video about drifting at ibisu circuit. Cool. They were like, thank you to this company. I was like, all right. Went to that company's website. We help foreigners come drift in Japan. We look after the car. We sell the car. We can help you get tires and fix it and so on and so forth. I'm like, okay. Great. What does that mean? So I sent one of the people an email and I was like, hey, this is currently what I'm doing in my life. This is what I want to do. Can you please give me some more information? And then she sent back the longest email explaining everything. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. Like, because I had planned it. I'd spoken to her about it. I'd figured it out. And I bought myself a car. The day after my last university exam, bought myself a plane ticket. And I just flew over. They had instructions on their website. I followed the instructions, no Japanese, no Google Maps back then on your phone, no Google Translate back then, like, and I just figured it out and did it. So no matter how hard it is and how difficult the outlook is, just start, plan, and then just take it step by step. You know, I could have looked at that website and been like, oh yeah, okay, cool, sweet. It sounds cool, but I need more information, but maybe I'll get to it one day. The first thing I did is the first step was just send an email. Just send an email. Ain't nothing wrong with doing that. The worst people can say is no, right? Just send the email, take the first step, just crack the door open. Don't walk through it straight away, just crack it open and see, oh, is it something that I actually want to do? Right? And then after that, it was like, okay, the car's gonna cost this much. Financially, can I do that? It's like, yeah, financially I can. It's like, okay, it's a vehicle, it won't lose money, so if worse comes to worse and I hate it, then I can always just sell it, and I would have spent X amount of money to experience this, and I know it's done, and that's moved on from my life, and I can continue going. You know, and after that, it was like, you know, you got to get from A to B, and A to B is like a 4 to 5 hour journey. It's like, oh, I don't know Japanese, I've never really done solo travel, It's like, yeah, but here are all the instructions. You can figure it out, and it will be a bit nerve-wracking. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it will be nerve-wracking, but you can figure it out. And it's like, okay, cool. So I bought the flight. And I was like, the first step was I catch this train from here to here. I was like, okay, and like in a lot of official places, like especially Japan, people are very helpful. You know, it's just they're patient with you as long as you're patient with them. Like, just understand that it is their country and you're asking them for help. So try and make it as easy for them as possible. So like I had phrases written down on my phone and stuff like that just to get past the language barrier. And then, you know, follow this and follow that, and I made it. And I was like, you know what? I gave myself 2 weeks. First day was learn how to drive the car. Second day was I had 1 drift lesson with a translator, and then for the next 2 weeks just taught myself. Just took it as easy as possible. Just I would, you know, walk to my hotel, sleep there, walk back to the track, just get in the car and just take every day as it comes. And that's how I did this crazy trip. And like, you know, explaining this story to anyone, it sounds like, you know, this doesn't sound like real life. Like,
yeah.
Who buys a car on the other side of the world?
Yeah, like it's movie worthy,
yeah,
right? Your life's a movie. Yeah. No, it is though, bro. Like, and like I saw it like in a video on The Secret one time. Like, you can get from New York to LA in the dark with just your headlights showing you this much ahead. So the same with life, right? You only need to know what the next few things is.
Yeah.
And as long as you do it and you have a roadmap, even if she singles it out for you and puts it on a list, first thing, okay, I have to send an email, send the email, then boom, next thing. Like with me, when I went to Thailand, I just knew that I needed a visa.
Yeah.
I look up Muay Thai camps because I want to do Muay Thai. They're offering a visa. It's just like, you know, you know what I mean. And it's step by step. And so yeah, just yeah, like you said, it's cliche to say just start, right, bro?
Yeah, but like, and like you know, I've learned this stuff through life, right? The other part of it is, one, like, comparison is like the worst thing you can do. Like, comparing where you're at and what you're doing to what someone else is doing is the worst thing you can
It's
do.
a thief of happiness, right?
Yeah, like, and
Yeah.
I like deleted my Facebook because of that. I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? Like, I'm on a different path. Yeah, I finished uni. I did accounting and finance. I could just go get a graduate job in a bank, and then
Yeah.
eventually, in like 10 years' time, I'd be earning, you know, 6 figures.
Right.
Cool. That's not exactly what I want to do. Like,
Yeah.
but I saw everyone else that I went to uni with doing all that stuff. So like, when I would see it, it made me sad.
Yeah.
But I need to remember that I'm on my own path, my own journey. Right. So comparison steals you of your happiness. But also, if you ain't ready to do it, don't force yourself to do it. Like,
Yeah.
everyone's always like, you know, what you doing, bro? You gotta do it right now. It's like, nah, you don't have to do it right now. You do it when you're ready. And if you're not ready to do it, then like, maybe spend some time in the underworld. Spend some time actually understanding why you ain't ready. Like, why aren't I ready? What's stopping me? Go, like, get in your feelings for a bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Get emotional. Actually figure it out, and then come back and then you'll be ready. You get me?
Reminds me of a line from a Kanye song. Jay's favorite line, dog, in due time. Right?
Yeah.
In due time. Because,
Due
you know, you got to be ready, things got to align. And sometimes you got to do those little steps to prepare. Like those little steps, even though they may feel like you're not, you know, you're like slow motion, but slow motion better than no motion. You know what I mean? All right, man. Thank you very much.
No worries. So good.
It's been a pleasure having you, bro.
For sure.
What do you reckon I should call this? What do you reckon I should call this section? Because I haven't actually. Yeah. Haven't
For
actually,
what?
no, like when I interview, like when I interview people, I don't have.
You call it food for thought.
Oh! There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Food for thought. There's been another episode of Jamal Eats. Check out this drifting. Peace.